This is a tough case, even for Junpei Iori, ace detective.
Ace detective? Are you stupid or something? More like stupid fat.
Dude, Persona sorta fucks hard. I don't know about you guys, but I've been playing a lot of Persona recently, and the shit honestly slapped, which I'm sure you've noticed cause I use the soundtrack as background music for all my videos. Like most people, I got introduced to the Persona series through Persona 5, and then continued on playing Persona 5 Royal, and since last month, I've been playing Persona 4 Golden in preparation for its newest installment, Persona 3 Reloaded, which I would be playing right now, but I'm a brokey college student, so instead I'm just making this video to glaze a little. But don't expect like a 5 to 11 hour retrospective on the story and its cast of great characters, or how Koto and Naoto is obviously the best romance option, because I don't have the most eloquent way of speaking. This video is just going to be 100% pure glaze. First things first, those social links, or confidants. By the way, I'm going to continue calling them social links because calling them confidants is too difficult for me to say. This is like the main reason why I play these games. Most games, you get to know the characters through cutscenes or through just playing the game. Not only does this game do that, you also have the option to go through their social link, which if you don't know what that is, it's like spending time with a character you like and help solving that problem. The game actually does a pretty good job making these characters feel like your actual friends, especially in Persona 4 Golden, and there are several of these social links. In Persona 5 Royale, besides the main cast, there's a hot teacher, an old man, these twins that later become one person, a long-nosed man, a lawyer, and a
goth mommy.
It's so hot.
Persona 4, there's a creepy nurse who's way too comfortable around us.
Oh, you're cute. You're the student who started working here today, right? I'll show you something fun the next time you're here. I'll see you again.
Police! Police! Help! Police! Help! Police! Help!
And also probably somehow blood related to this guy. I don't know how to explain it, it's their aura, I swear. Your detective uncle who takes you in, and his daughter who is surprisingly pleasant throughout this game.
Every day's great and you're Judas. Every day's great and you're Judas.
Because usually kids in real life and in games like these are usually a little shit. In fact, she was so pleasant that, by the way, this is a spoiler, that when she's taken into the TV world and her life was on the line, I murdered everything in my past, one in-game game. But like I said, there's a lot of these social links. So much so that there's a chance that you'll just miss out on them. In Persona 5 Royal, I missed out on 2 social links, but you know, one of them was a kid, so I didn't miss out on much, and the other's a politician, who I'm 99% sure he'd show up in the flight logs. And that's only in Persona 5. In Persona 4, I didn't even know these characters existed. Like, who the fuck's Shu Nakajima? Huh? What? Why do you look like that? This one's just a fuck. Why no real Valentine's Day life hack? I know Valentine's Day's already passed, but you know, White Day's coming up, and some of these characters you can romance. So if you find yourself alone, with nobody to hold, just remember that they'll never leave you. Well, as long as you're doing the way God intended it. We don't talk about Ken though.
Well, I was actually coming out here to pick up a cupcake.
How do I like review music? I like what my ears hear. I don't know, just listen to this shit. They got music for every occasion. They got happy music, sad music, inspirational music to listen to while fighting the boss. You know, all fucking slaps. You know what? Show me one Persona song that sucks. I bet you can't. I bet there's a single one of you that can find one bad song.
Check it out, I'm in the house like carpet. And if there's too many heads in my blunt, I won't spark it out, put it in my pocket and save it like rocket fuel. Till everybody's gone and it's cool, then I spark it up with my brother. His mama named him Moan, but I call him Moan Lover. And he's more than a cover, he's a quilt. We're putting shit together like the house that John built on a hill. Cause this shit gonna feel like velvet, turtle. My style fits tighter than a...
I'm genuinely feeling like a strong 0 on this record.
Alright, sap alert. Oh, this guy's about to talk about his feelings, what a loser. Look, for the first 16 years of my life, I never hang out with anybody, or at least anybody whose parents was already friends with my parents. I always considered myself as the antisocial loner type, you know? Someone who prefers to be recluse. It's not like I didn't have friends, it's just that I never got the chance to hang out with them outside of school. Partly because I didn't have a car, and I didn't have similar interests as them. And it wasn't until I was 17 that some of my friends just randomly showed up at my house, and they sort of demanded that we went to the mall and just hang out. And that's exactly what we did. And to me, that was sort of a core memory. And so playing Persona 5 really reminded me of that. And then near the end of the school year, the pandemic hits, and I think you know how that story goes. 2 weeks off of school seems pretty cool until it becomes half a year. And then before you know it, you're 18 and you're depressed as shit. Here I am just sitting in my room being depressed, and I was just like, fuck it. I have all this free time, I might as well spend it playing Persona 5 Royal, because the game's been out for like a year or two, and I've been wanting to get back into it. Usually people play games to escape from reality, but I use Persona to relive it, because playing this game makes you feel like you have friends again, you know? Like, I just miss hanging out with the boys, talking shit, and doing some not so legal things. And you know, when we came back from the pandemic, things weren't really the same anymore, because everybody was on their toes. But, you know, Persona was there for me. And then speed things up 2 years later, like I said before, I started playing Persona 4 a month ago before writing the script. And Persona 4 really makes you wish for simpler times. Like, I'm a college student now, and there are heavy expectations from everybody, because you're at a time of your life where you're not really a kid, but you're also not an adult. You're sort of in between, warping and morphing, and it's anxiety inducing. I've recently found myself at a time where I could wish I could turn back the clock and relive some of the good old days, when life was just a series of adolescent struggles, when the most you get to worry about was homework and exams, discovering yourself, and how to make it not obvious that you're walking around school bricked up. I can especially relate to this game because I live in the Midwest, so just like Inaba, there's nothing here, and if you want to have a good time with friends, your choices are home, the park, the mall. You're a choice of either alive or abandoned. Maybe like a Target or Walmart, because if you ever get kicked out, you can always fall back into the parking lot. Also, I can relate to Persona 4's cast more so than Persona 5's cast. I can relate to Yosuke's fear of being left behind and his desire to leave Inaba to look for more exciting things. I can relate to Kanji and Nato's fear of being judged for going against societal and gender norms, as even though I put up this false bravado of being this cool, badass, and handsome guy, I was afraid of being judged for things I like that aren't typically masculine. You know, my interest in art and liking cute things, though I've grown up since then and honestly don't give a shit. Like, there's nothing wrong with saying this is cute. Like, you're gonna look in its eyes and tell me it's not? Like, fuck off. I can relate to the expectations put on Yukiko and Rize. And Chie, I don't know, I don't really relate to you on a personal level, but still one of my favorites. Persona makes me want to be a better person. For a long time, my life's just been full of laters and excuses, but I do want to change for the better. Although juggling school, work, and friends is sort of a pain in the ass, I've tried to work on my videos whenever I have the time to do so. Additionally, I've been trying to get better at art, and these videos give me the opportunity to do so. Alright, let's get this shit over with. I can't wait for what they're gonna do with the series after Persona 3. From recent leaks, it looks like they're planning on remaking 4, which even though I've already played, I'll definitely play it again if it means I get to hang out with Naruto again. Also, it seems like 1 and 2 are going to get remakes, which I think is interesting because the original game looked like this. Anyway, before I end this video, I just want to say thank you for not only watching this video, but also for watching the last video. The last video got 1,000 views, which doesn't sound like a lot compared to other YouTubers, but it's a lot to me. Because think about it, that's 1,000 people who breathe, eat, and shit just like me. And they have their own lives going on, and they took time out of their day to watch that video. I was at work when I saw how many views that video got, and I was honestly surprised. For the first 2 days, that video had like 12 views, which I thought that was going to be it. But I opened my phone to see that there was like 443 views. I immediately texted my friend, who was like the first person to ever subscribe to me, and he was like, congrats, you're one step closer to getting that Porsche 911 with that sweet YouTube earnings. Also, I'm just glad that the most viewed video on my channel isn't that dumb green text I uploaded like 4 months ago, because that video was just me practicing and wanted to be like the internet historian. Also, I've jumped from like 9 subscribers to 62, which I could never even imagine reaching, because in the past, me getting 1 or 2 subscribers was what I considered a good day. Anyway, that's everything I wanted to say. I don't really have any social media besides TikTok, where I post time lapses of my actual art, so if you want to follow me there, here's the name on screen. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.